In the early 1940s, the United States was in a frenzy to develop advanced military aircraft. The need for faster, more formidable planes led to the birth of the jet age. At the forefront of this transformation was Bell Aircraft Corporation, a company with a reputation for innovative designs. The manufacturing of the P-59 Airacomet was nothing short of a technological marvel for its time. The most notable aspect was the inclusion of the General Electric J-31 jet engine, which had been adapted from a British design. The aircraft was primarily made of aluminum, which made it relatively lightweight. Its sleek, low-wing design reduced drag and allowed for better maneuverability in the air. The P-59 was a single-seat fighter, but it would pave the way for future multi-seat jet fighters. One of the key components that set the P-59 Airacomet apart was its engine. The General Electric jet engine was a marvel of engineering at the time. It was a turbojet engine that used compressed air mixed with fuel for propulsion. This engine could generate an impressive 1,250 pounds of thrust, which propelled the P-59 at speeds of up to 413 miles per hour. Later production models of the P-59 B-1Bs were powered with more efficient J-31 engines. The introduction of jet propulsion was a game-changer. Traditional propeller-driven fighters couldn't match the sheer speed and altitude capabilities of the P-59. This engine not only made the P-59 a pioneer but also gave it a competitive advantage over other fighters of the World War II era. The P-59 Airacomet had several distinctive features that set it apart from its contemporaries. Unlike most aircraft of its time, the P-59 had a tricycle landing gear configuration, with a nose wheel and two main wheels. This made it easier to take off and land, especially on runways. The P-59 was designed with streamlined contours, reducing air resistance and enhancing its speed and maneuverability. The cockpit featured an ergonomic layout, with easy access to the controls and excellent visibility for the pilot. The P-59 Airacomet enjoyed a notable competitive advantage over other fighters of the World War II era, mainly due to its jet engine. Traditional propeller-driven fighters, like the P-51 Mustang or the Supermarine Spitfire, were limited in terms of speed and altitude. The P-59's jet propulsion allowed it to reach higher altitudes and engage enemy aircraft with a significant speed advantage. The P-59's speed and altitude capabilities made it an ideal aircraft for intercepting high-flying enemy bombers. It could climb quickly to engage targets and escape if necessary. Its jet engine also provided a faster rate of climb than propeller-driven aircraft. The jet engine's reliability and speed were impressive, and this paved the way for further research and development. The lessons learned from the P-59 would eventually lead to the creation of more advanced jet fighters, such as the P-80 Shooting Star, which saw combat during the Korean War. While the P-59 Airacomet did not have a chance to participate in combat during World War II, it did make its mark in the world of aviation. It was used extensively for testing and training purposes. Test pilots pushed the aircraft to its limits, gathering valuable data that would influence the design of future fighter jets. These tests were instrumental in understanding the complexities of jet propulsion and aerodynamics. The P-59 also served as a training platform for pilots who would later fly jet-powered aircraft in combat. This ensured that when the United States eventually entered the jet age in earnest, its pilots would be well prepared for the challenges of flying these advanced machines. The operational history of the P-59 Airacomet is closely tied to its role as a developmental and training aircraft. It never saw combat during World War II, but its legacy lived on in the form of the knowledge and experience gained from its use. The data collected from its test flights played a crucial role in shaping the future of American military aviation. While the P-59 Airacomet was a groundbreaking aircraft in many ways, it had its limitations. One of its significant drawbacks was that it entered the scene too late to have a significant impact on World War II. By the time it was ready for production, the war was drawing to a close. Due to its late introduction and the rapid advancements in jet technology, only a small number of P-59s were produced.